Hello everybody, I'm Daniel Montiglo from Foreign RBG, and today in our section questions and answers we're going to reply to a very common question that we get all the time. How to open a business in Bulgaria? This is a question that we get all the time. People want to take advantage of the situation of Bulgaria regarding the taxes and would like to open their business in Bulgaria. Here we have the email and say, hello, my name is Luis and I'm interested in opening a company in Bulgaria. I have a few questions, but let me explain my situation. That is very good. If you want to send us an email and you have your question, if you give us more information, it's going to be better for us to can give you an answer. I'm a Portuguese and my tax residency is in Portugal. This is important. Somebody from the European Union is a person that wants to benefit for the tax regime in Bulgaria. Bulgaria have a 10% personal and corporate tax. What this means? That the guy from his salary will give in to the government only the 10%, different from the health insurance and pension funds. But in terms of taxes, it's just 10%. I would like to open a company in Bulgaria, provide a digital service like video editing, design, etc. This is not a problem. This is something that everybody can do. I want my personal tax resident to be in Bulgaria. If you want your personal tax resident in Bulgaria, you have to be a Bulgarian resident. This is very important. If you are for the European Union, you are from Portugal, it's very easy to become a Bulgarian resident. You have to come to Bulgaria, you need to have an address and show some proof that you have enough money to be here or you are working contract and you can get your residence in Bulgaria. But if you want to keep your residence in Bulgaria and become a tax resident in Bulgaria, you need to spend in Bulgaria more than 183 days per year in the country and will be a tax resident in Bulgaria. And at that time, he can pay the 10% income tax for Bulgarians and for foreigners residents in Bulgaria. Okay, let's see some more information here. I've never been in Bulgaria before. I'm not sure if I like the country or not. This is a fair question. Maybe it would be good if you do a visit to the country and see by yourself. Maybe you're gonna like it, maybe not. But the low tax system and the low cost of living and the beautiful beaches sounds good to me. Sounds good to me too. Low tax system, we speak about 10% and 5% in the dividends. Low cost of living, Bulgaria had the lowest cost of living in the whole European Union. Beautiful beaches, yes, Bulgaria have beautiful beaches, beautiful mountains, everything in between. Bulgaria is a pretty nice country to live in terms of the nature, in terms of the people, but keep into consideration as well that in Bulgaria is speaking Bulgarian language, which is different to Portuguese and different to English. Many people speak English, and you write to me in English. I assume that you understand English, but not many people will know Portuguese language. I would like to know if it's possible the following. Let's see what are the main questions now. Open a company in Bulgaria? Yes, it's possible to open a company in Bulgaria. Pay myself a salary from that company and my tax residence also in Bulgaria for my personal investments and stock market. I have no idea where your stock market investments are, and it depends on that where the countries your stock market investments are is the regulation about that. Open a company in Bulgaria. This is not a very difficult procedure. Doesn't matter if you are from the European Union or you are from a third country outside European Union. Pay myself a salary. You have a company. You have the right to pay yourself a salary from the company and my tax residence also in Bulgaria. Tax residence, as we said before, you need to live in Bulgaria 183 days per year. And then you are a resident in Bulgaria and you pay all your taxes here. It is possible without me being in the country or I have to be in the country. Well, we reach the critical point here on the question. You need to be at least 6 months, more or less, 6 months a year in the country. It doesn't have to be all at once, but you have to make this time. Then you're gonna need a residence, you will need a residence card, you will need an address in Bulgaria, your company will need an address, and so on and so on. Then the quick answer, if it's possible, without me being in the country, you can open the company, but you cannot be a tax resident in Bulgaria if you don't live here or you are not resident in the country. How much is cost of doing all that? Well, how much it costs, it's difficult to say. It's not that expensive compared with another countries, but it will depend also pretty much in which kind of company you have. If you have different options. You can be a single person limited liability company. That is a company that has just one owner. You are the owner, and that is a way to do it. We have a private limited liability company when this is owned by two or more partners with limited responsibility. We have sole owner as a simplified kind of company appropriate for small businesses. And we have the public limited company or a joint stock company. This is a commercial company with shared capital, owned by its members, and so on and so on. And we have another option, which is to create a branch of a company in Bulgaria. This is foreign companies that register a branch in Bulgaria. But it's a foreign company, you have to pay taxes in what is the main office of the company. Then it doesn't really work that well for the purpose of just reducing the taxation on you. Okay, let's speak a bit about how to register your company in Bulgaria. We have a few steps here that we have to do. You can do it by yourself or you can do it by another person, a lawyer or an accountant. What you do that, will need a power of attorney for this process. You have to do a power of attorney for your accountant or your lawyer to do all the opening of the company in your behalf here in Bulgaria. Step number one, you need a name of your company. You have to choose the name of the company, which will identify your business in the market as well as with the government institution. Cannot be a chosen name. You cannot name your company, let's say, Coca-Cola. Step number two, you need a secure bank account registration. You will need a special bank account in a Bulgarian bank for the purpose of equity and legal registration. The initial bank account registration is mandatory step according to the Bulgarian rules and regulations. Step number three, business address registration. The address registration is the next mandatory step for your company setup. Your company needs to have a Bulgarian address. Step number four, registration in the government official register. Bulgarian law requires every new business venture to be registered and made publicly available in the official commercial register. Step number five, each newly registered business needs to have an official stamp that will be used for their formal activities and for their documents, and it is mandatory. This procedure for registration of a company in Bulgaria, it doesn't have any difference if you are a Bulgarian citizen or not a Bulgarian citizen or a European Union citizen. Under Bulgarian law, is not restrictions to the side of foreign participation in the capital of a Bulgarian company, 100% foreign-owned company in Bulgaria. And something very important and very convenient, the minimum capital to register a limited liability company in Bulgaria is 2 levs. This is around €1. And it usually takes, let's say, a couple of weeks to do all the procedure. If I provide these services, I don't provide these services, but we have an ebook created especially for registering and creating a company in Bulgaria. The ebook is in the website foreigner.bg. It's free for you to get it. You download it and share it wherever you want. Keep into consideration that we have next to the ebook a donate button. If you donate, this will help us to continue this project and continue helping people like you in their process to move into Bulgaria. Here we have another. How much is the recurring price for accounting to make sure everything regarding my business and taxes is good? Difficult question. It will depend. It will depend how big is your company, which kind of company we saw before. If you are tax registered, you are not tax registered. If you have just formality, a few invoices per month, or you have 10 employees, or you have a, it depends of the volume of work that you're gonna create for your accountant basically. I'm not an accountant and I'm not a lawyer, but this is information that we have gathered over the years, more than 15 years experience living in Bulgaria that we are giving to you now, and then you don't have any problem. The recurring price for accountants should be between 100 euro per month and 300 euro per month. This is, it depends on the volume of your work, the volume and what else they have to do for you. If you're going to be here, or if they are your representative, they're going to hire people from you, they don't have to do that much. It depends on the volume of work that you're going to generate for them. Be careful when you look for an accounting service in Bulgaria. Don't go for the cheapest one, but go for one that the most serious one, that they will take care of your business, be loyal with you, and you will, in that way, you will avoid a lot of problems in the future. All right, everybody, I think this is, we have answered this email that we got. I hope to see you again for the next questions and answers with Foreign RPG. Thank you very much and have a wonderful day.
If you enjoy this video, don't forget to share and subscribe to Foreigner BG Facebook page and YouTube channel.